a feature that's free in the Embrilliance Essentials platform. So before I get started, I'm going to go over to the Embrilliance website and show you the page that gives you all the information about how to install this feature in your software and how to use it. But what I will do is I will put a direct link to this Embrilliance page in the accompanying blog post, which will be here on my Apple Lover 53 website. But basically, the link that I provide you will bring you here, and it shows you what you can do with this feature. And this feature is called envelopes. And then as you scroll down, it will tell you how to install it. It says here, download library file. That's where you'll go to get the actual file. And once you've downloaded it, this is, if you follow the steps, it will tell you how to install it. Now, once it's installed, it will be within your Embrilliance Essentials software once you then open the Embrilliance program. Okay, so I've got my Embrilliance open here with a new blank page, and I've just got my 4x4 hoop chosen. So the way that you find the envelopes is you go up to the top of the page whilst you're in Embrilliance and you select the cog. It's like a silver grey cog with a downward facing arrow, and when you hover over it, it says merge designs from library, so you click on that. Now let me just go back. So this is what you might see initially when you open up the merge library. Okay, it says Embrilliance at the top, and then there's this downward arrow here. You click on the downward arrow, and I've got a few things already installed from the Embrilliance Essentials website. You may just have Embrilliance, and you may just have Embrilliance envelopes. So you want to click on envelopes, and it will bring up these shapes. So they're providing you with 13 free shapes. So you've got banners and arches and flags and hearts and circles and ovals. You've got this kind of like Superman style logo. You've got a diamond, and then you've got this one that's like a pennant with 3 positions. For this, I'm just going to choose one of the designs. I'm going to choose this one, which is called Falling Banner. So I'm going to select that. So that's the second icon along. I'm going to say OK, and that's going to pop that banner onto my 4x4 hoop. Now, as with any other design that you open up in Embrilliance Essentials, you can make these bigger or smaller. I'm just going to undo to get it back to its original size. Once you click on it, over here on the right hand side in your layer panel, you'll see the design. So it says number 1, Falling Banner. So that was what it was called in the library. And then underneath it says envelope and a number. This says envelope 2. Then it says satin border, satin border, satin border. And that's because these elements on the end are like separate layers, if you like. So if I select the design and go up here to the stitch simulator, which is the needle icon, and if I just start to drag this along, you'll see that this left hand edge is done as one section. Then it's going round and it's doing the right hand section, and then it's going all the way around and it's doing the center section. Okay, so that's the design. Now, inside the design, in all of the envelopes, you'll see a thin, skinny black line. That's the actual envelope area. Okay, so what is this envelope and how do you make it work? So once you've chosen your design and you've sized it how you want it, or you bring it in at its original size and leave it, This one now is 3 5/8 by 1 9/16. Okay, so that's the size of it, just to give you an idea. So if you come up to the top of the page and you click the letter A, which is your text icon. So as with anything, when you select this letter A in Embrilliance Essentials, it always brings on the letters ABC, and you'll see the letters ABC over here in the layers panel. And then if I come down here to the panel underneath and click on letters, you'll see it says text ABC. That's what I've got on screen. It's in the font that I last used, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So I'm going to click and highlight over the ABC, and I'm going to type Hannah in uppercase and hit enter. So that's changed the ABC to my Hannah now. So how do you make this fit within this shape? So what you need to do is you need to come back over here to your layers panel, and you need to look for the envelope. And as I said before, each envelope has a number assigned to it. So this is envelope 2. So now you need to come down in your layers panel and find your letters, which are here. You need to click on it to select it, and then just click so that you get a flashing cursor at the end of the word letters. And what you need to do then is you need to type in the number that's associated with this envelope, and in this particular instance it's number 2. So I'm going to type number 2 on my keyboard. So now instead of saying letters, it says letters 2. I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard. It looks as though nothing has happened apart from it's just positioned the name a bit more centrally to the actual envelope shape, if you like. But now if I just left click anywhere on a blank space on this mat or even in the hoop, you'll see that the letters have been adjusted to fit within that envelope. So now if I select the design and come up to the stitch simulator, you'll now see you've got all the black element, which is the envelope, if you like, or the outside frame, and now I've got the letters here which are in blue. So if I just drag the cursor along quickly, it will stitch all the banner shape, and then it will apply the name into the envelope area. So how fun is that? And then again, I'm just going to click the arrow to deselect the stitch simulator. And if you select it all, it will just take it back to normal. But the minute you click somewhere, again, off the page or not on the design, it will put it back. So all as you would need to do from here now is go up to the top of the page to File and save stitch file as, give it a name, save it onto your computer and send it to your embroidery machine wirelessly if you have that facility, or save it onto your machine and drag it onto a USB stick and put that stick into your embroidery machine and stitch it out. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to come back to the cog icon, so to get to the library, and this time I'm going to choose the circle and say OK. Now this one comes in at 2 7/8. Again, you could make it bigger or smaller, it's entirely up to you. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to choose the letter A. It brings on the ABC, and I think I'm just going to leave it as ABC for now. So again, over here in the layers panel, you can see it says ABC letters. I'm going to left click on it to select it, and then left click to get a flashing cursor at the end of the word letters. And this time this is called envelope 12. So I need to type the number 12 after the word letters. hit enter on my keyboard and then just left click anywhere on the page, and it automatically shapes my letters ABC to fit within this shape which is inside this circle. So the outside shape, anything that you see in the dark black, that's basically your satin stitch, and all the shapes have a thin black line in the middle, which is the envelope. Again, if I select it and come over to the stitch simulator, it's going to stitch the satin stitch and then it's going to stitch the letters. So it's a fun little way of being able to utilize some free shapes that are already within this Embrilliance envelopes library, and you can add in your own text. So it saves you having to buy any of these shapes and try and manipulate the text to fit in it. This feature will work automatically within Embrilliance Essentials with any of the fonts that you have installed within your program. So if I choose a different one now, a different font, it's still called Letters 12, and I just click anywhere on the page, you'll see that it's changed for me. So let's find a different one. Let's find something that's completely different. So try this one. Click anywhere on the page and you'll see. So it works with any of the fonts that you've got installed within your Embrilliance Essentials software, and it will work with any of the envelope shapes that Embrilliance are giving you free to use. So it's a really handy and neat little program feature to use. And as I say, it doesn't matter how big you type your letters compared to your envelope. The minute you click, it will resize it automatically to fit within that envelope shape for you. So the main things to remember are you've got to take note of the envelope number that you bring in, and you have to assign the number to the end of the text that you type. So I hope that's helpful. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't already do so. Please give the video a thumbs up if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.